going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. I'm excited for you. Is this Wednesday? Is it Wednesday or is it Thursday? I don't even know anymore. That is too funny. Maybe it's Thursday. I think it's Thursday. So excited, so happy for you. Check out the video I did earlier today. U.S. Treasury is putting his foot forward, putting his perhaps his best foot forward in this new industrial revolution, which is in this new asset class, the digital asset space. The Treasury is all over it. Very, very interesting to see that. Check out the video I did earlier today. This whole e-cash, this new crypto tax laws that got slipped into the bill from President Biden. Interesting stuff as well, man. I gotta tell you, we're gonna get into a few things from Twitter today. What are we gonna talk about? Russia looking to big time move away from the dollar in a big time freaking way, in a big time way. We'll go over that. Warren Davidson, Chris Larson on Anthony Pompliano's deal. I guess we'll get into that a little bit as well. Looks like India came out with the big time crypto taxing, 30%. That's massive, massive. Ripple Partners, Santander is doing some stuff. We'll get into that as well. Again, guys, I got to get on this DeFi kingdom, see what's going on here. Get me some of these jewel tokens, man. I'm behind on the jewel token, crystal token. I'm behind on Rune. I got to get on it. What's going on? I got to get on it. Big time. All right, guys. So listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news and around 0 to 20 minutes. All right, guys, let's get into it. The market is doing what the market does. Bitcoin is currently at $45,834. The total cryptocurrency market cap is down 3.8% in the last 24 hours at 2.18 trillion. The Bitcoin dominance is at 39.8%. That's not great, but it's better than being at 40%. Ethereum is at $3,285. Solana is $123. It just keeps going. XRP is at 81 cents. Cardano's $1.15. Terra Luna, Avalanche, Polkadot just continuing to do their things. $103, $95, and $21 respectively. Shout out to Polkadex. Dogecoin is at 13 cents. That's interesting. Shiba Inu is coming out with a metaverse. They already got a Shiba swap. Trillions, tens of trillions of dollars in TVL. Now they're ready to come out with a metaverse on all kinds of exchanges. Do you guys know about Shiba Swap? Did you know you can provide liquidity? Be both a lender, you can provide liquidity, get paid fees. Bitcoin, Ethereum, other cryptos. Now they're ready to come out with a metaverse. Kronos is at 46 cents. Shout out to crypto.com, what they're doing. They got a good ecosystem. I'm liking their DeFi. That's another one I got to catch up and claim the rewards and maybe possibly redeposit. That's been a cash flow monster. It's been a monster, the Kronos beta DeFi. Man, oh man. Shoo. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff a lot of time. Tron is at 7 cents, 16.8% on the 7-day. And it looks like that Granada is looking to make Tron their legal tender currency or a legal tender in their country. That's fascinating to me that Tron is doing it and Granada is considering it. Granada. Interesting. Stella's up 10% on the 7-day. That's really interesting. It's 23 cents. Waves, again, it's up 74% now on the 7-day at $55. And look, for me, it has to do with the USDN token, which is a decentralized stable coin. I believe that 100%. And I believe that's why UST from Terra Luna is doing well also. Decentralized stable, where a entity can't go to them and say, shut it down, don't do this and don't do that, because of something that we started, because of some conflict we started. We want you to shut down doing this. Yeah, which hurts the people which is ridiculous. Filecoin's $24, up 25% on the 7 days. So look, guys, the market again, looks like we say, is doing what it does. Data's up 24% on the 7 days, $3.96 currently. And that is awesome to see. So the market is doing what it does. Phantom up 11% at $1.46. Rune token on the Thor chain blockchain up 42%. I need to stop messing around. Man, I'm messing around here. I need to get some of that Rune. I'm gonna be putting my Terra and Luna on that thing there, see what's going on there. So that's it. What do we got else? Aave, $210, up 34%. Zilliqa, just amazing, 278%. I think it was up 283% on the 7 day. It's currently trading at 18 cents. So again, still a lot of double figure greens on the 7 day. Still 10%, 20%, 50%. 70%, 200% on a 7 day, still going on in the market. I like this. What is this GMT token? I have no idea what it is, but it's up 204% on a 7 day. I hope it helps to create a new 1% in that ecosystem. I really, really do. Frax, I always thought Frax, this is Frax share. It's up 25%, so it's at $22. So there it is there. Convex token. I didn't see, there's Convex. We need to get up to that $30. It's up 35% on the 7 day. Well, can we get up to 30? Love the Convex Finance token. I provided liquidity in CRV. I get CDX for providing it. Absolutely love doing that. And then I lock up the CDX. So guys, look, that's the market. And the market is doing what the market does. What I want to share with you guys, man, this is some interesting stuff coming from Ant1. He says, so it begins. People buckle up. Putin sets a deadline for dropping the dollar. It begins this Friday. Beginning this Friday, Russia, I think this is last week because I've kind of reported on this. This might have been this past Friday. But in any case, tomorrow, it's official. Russia will only accept rubles, gold, or Bitcoin as payment for energy exports to unfriendly countries. No dollars or euros will be accepted. No dollars or euros will be accepted. And why should Putin accept dollars or euros anyway, given that the Western financial system has told Putin he can no longer use dollars or euros to purchase anything? As a result, Putin is demanding rubles, gold, or Bitcoin. And that means that the Russian ruble is now backed by commodity exports, making it a currency backed by something real. If you buy rubles, in other words, you can trade those rubles for natural gas or oil. Interesting. Rubles have a future, says whoever put this out. I don't know who did. Rubles has a future. The dollar does not, at least not with current economic policies in place. And by the way, Robert Kiyosaki said big trouble for the dollar. Just the other day, he put a tweet out about that. Let's see if I can find it. Kiyosaki, how do you spell that? Kiyosaki. Kiyosaki. No. Man, I swear. Is it K-I-Y? Is it K-Y? Oh, man, I can't remember. But he put something about it. I had that saved somewhere. And he said something about the dollar being gone as well. Sure did. Let me see something here. R-O-B-E-R-T. Robbery, CJ? Robbery? E-R-T-K-Y. So it is K-I-Y. K-I-Y. All right, let's see if we can find that, guys. Take this I out, because this is important. There it is, the real Kiyosaki. Which one does he do? Let's do this one. Said the dollar was done. Said it was toast. Oh, pray for sanity. Well, we don't want that. So talking about taking Putin out. Man, he is talking a bunch of stuff here, but I'll have to find it later. I don't have it, but I'll find it for you guys later. Interesting stuff. This comes from MetaMan. I thought this was great as well. It says AE crypto guy. Exhibit A, Judge Netburn. If Ether is to be allowed to trade freely in the market, so too must XRP. And if XRP is to be subject to restrictions, so too should Ether. Any other result creates a competitive imbalance that cannot be rationalized with reference to fair enforcement over the federal securities law. Joseph Grunfest to Jay Clayton on December 17th, 2020. We all know about the letter that Joseph Grossman read to Clayton, told him, encouraging, imploring him almost not to bring enforcement action against Ripple, not to do it. And so the corruption has been exposed, and it will get exposed, and it will get further looked into. We do have to do something in the House, because it just looks as though a certain political group, there's only two of them, right? Majors, is more in favor of crypto, more in favor of a level playing field, more in favor of decentralization than the other. I'm just saying, do your homework on which one it is. So this is interesting here, coming from Chris Larson. I don't know if this is from the Pompliano interview or not. I do know that him and Chris Larson and Pompliano did to get together on a podcast. I don't know if this is the video from that podcast or not. Warren Davison here responding to Chris Larson. It's a whole thread here. I think it's just really interesting to see what Warren Davison is doing. And now he's not being shy about it at all here. But just take a listen to Chris Larson here for a second.
We don't want any of that here, and have basically been kicking out the Bitcoin miners because I think they saw that it was hurting their efforts to get the carbon neutral, but I think it is 2050, right? So what's going on now is they're going to other countries. Kazakhstan, that's not good because that's all fossil fuels. But now coming to the US, there's a lot of smart entrepreneurs who now are creating renewable energy mining. But I'm sorry, there's no such thing as green mining because it's not necessary. They should be changing just like Ethereum did. And by the way, now I think the founder of Zcash also announced they're switching from proof of work to a different low energy protocol. Hats off to them too. But the Bitcoin folks need to make the switch as well. It's unconscionable that right today, you're gobbling up on the order of 70, and depending on the price, because it's correlated price, 70 to 140 trillion watt hours of energy. Look, if all of that was green energy, that's not good, because that green energy should be used for green steel making, green aluminum, green concrete, agricultural usage, direct air capture, green hydrogen, you name it. I mean, there are just so many battles that are being waged in this war, and that green energy needs to go elsewhere. A big part of getting carbon neutral is don't use energy where you don't need it. And you don't need it to confirm the state of blockchains. You just don't need it. So make the damn code change. And I tell you, I just don't think it's going to happen voluntarily. And by the way, look, this is not some secret AI that runs Bitcoin. Okay, it's about 20 to 30 very influential, very wealthy people that are going to make that decision between the core developers, the exchanges and the miners. By the way, there's a fascinating book I've been reading called the block size wars, and it's fascinating because this kind of goes back to one of the big changes that was proposed to increase the block size, and sort of how that played out, and how it was a very small group of people that prevented that. So again, this is a small group of people that are incredibly wealthy that could make this change, but they're not going to do it voluntarily because they've been making this pitch for 10 years, and it just doesn't hold water anymore, right?
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. And this is what David Schwartz has pointed out about this idea of 10, 20 people controlling a network like that. That's not a great look. It doesn't take away from the monetary policy that Bitcoin brings with only 21 million Bitcoin. It doesn't take that away, never print anymore, right? It doesn't take from that. But, I think Chris makes a massive point. These people are super wealthy, these 20 people, and which I just think ultimately is just amazing, these core developers, quote unquote, and that they're not making they choose not to make a decision for the greater good. They choose this. But I just don't think that, I don't like when people lump everything in together and say overall BTC is not great. Even, excuse me, even with these energy concerns, right? Because I just always believe, look, they could do everything on spend a bits and it will take care of all of that, right? Put it on the XRP ledger. So there's an answer. The challenge is there's a few people making decisions for the masses. And that is a challenge, right? So there isn't a DAO going on here. There's just not. And you got to understand that. And so whatever Chris Lawson's why he's ultimately personally bringing this up is, I know there's a lot of people saying this because of this, and he's the elitist and the globalist and all of those things. Whatever it is, it doesn't change the fact that the 20 people or so, maybe it's even less than 20, can make decisions for the masses, or the 10 people, just a few, can make a decision for the masses. That's not great. And it also is not great that if you took these polls and suggestions to the masses would be in favor of it. That's the problem. When you got a few who are really technically only looking out for themselves, that's a problem, right? That is a problem. And so I don't know if there's any truth to the Zcash looking to move over to proof of stake. If Chris Larson said it, I would imagine that is the case. It wouldn't just make it up, but he believes that Zcash is moving over to proof of stake as well. And again, the ESG thing is a real deal, a real deal. And these companies that are going to get involved, and now they're going to have to be transparent on their model. They're not, like Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful says, they're not going to be buying the not so carbon neutral BTC or green BTC, whichever it is. So these developers are going to have to make some big time decisions. And so this whole voluntary thing, Warren Davis is saying this. They're not going to do it voluntarily, Chris. In other words, we are willing to use force to impose our will on you. Likely accurate.
They change it too and say, we don't want any of that here. And have basically been kicking it.
Likely accurate on both accounts. They'll certainly try. This is why good governments defends freedom and free markets. So it's a very interesting thing there, what he is saying. Look, ultimately, we get the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that there were a few, just like with the core developers with Bitcoin and Ethereum, trying to monopolize the market, and it was meant. Satoshi didn't mean for it to be a monopoly, right? And it's kind of going there, and we are fighting against it. Ultimately, we are fighting against it, and the bottom line is XRP and the XRP ledger system is fighting it because of the way it is set up. No incentive to be a node, right? There's no incentive there, which means you can't start just thinking about yourself. And I just think that is absolutely important. John Deaton put something out. I think you guys can, this will probably help you a little bit. If the house flips, I remain confident the oversight committee will have no problem bringing in #Gary Gensler is not your friend to the Hill to answer questions about several issues related to digital assets, including inquiries regarding ethics, conflicts, and appearances of impropriety. So you just got to kind of think of where the house is controlled by now, and then you're going to flip it. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. But John makes a great point. And I don't think he's just saying it. I think he's had enough conversations, let's put it that way. I think he's had enough conversations to realize that is the possible deal. Michael about Family shared this. This is not great for India. The Indian Finance Bill 2022 with a new 30% crypto tax rule was approved by the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament, to make it a law today that will come into effect starting April 1st, 30% crypto tax. Yowzers. 30%, owie. This is also from Michael at Val5Links. I hope you're doing well, bro. Ripple's partner, Banco Santander, launches instant payment for Spanish small, medium enterprises to Brazil. Very, very good. Ripple's partner bank Santander wants to enable Spanish SMEs and corporate clients under its payment network to make payments to Brazil. But again, that is a Ripple partner and an early Ripple partner. So that is great to see, because ultimately, when you're provided a choice for more efficient, less expensive, what are you going to do? Ignore it? What are you going to do? Let the competition use it and you fall behind? No, I think it'll just stay on the regular ODL, just a messaging. Yeah, no, I don't mind paying more. I don't mind being slower. Doesn't make sense. Shout out to Ted Cruz, introduces a companion to Emmer's bill to exclude the federal retail CBDC issue. Senator Ted Cruz and Representative Tom Emmer's bills would limit Federal Reserve options for a central bank digital currency. Yeah, Ted Cruz out of that state of Texas, out of that great state of Texas. Again, the war on the central bank digital currency is the real deal. And it looks like it's going to be headed by the United States Treasury. Can't sleep on that. Come on, computer. Computer that's a laptop, that's really not a laptop. Samsung, this is crazy right here. Samsung has taken another giant stride forward in terms of innovation by incorporating an NFT marketplace into its new line of smart freaking TVs. An NFT marketplace in the TV. What the world? My TV is fairly new. It's a Samsung. What the world is going on with that? Let's go to the Bitcoin sphere real quick and check this out. I think this is interesting. Samsung is okay, great. Nifty Gateway, the leading marketplace for NFTs, Nifty Gateway, yeah, announced a deal with South Korean technology giant Samsung to develop the world's first smart TV NFT platform for discovering, purchasing, and trading digital collectibles. Wow. So the groundbreaking corporation leverages Nifty Gateway's custodial wallet solution, which secures users' valuables rather than requiring them to store them in an external wallet. Additionally, it enables customers to buy NFTs using a credit or debit card, as well as other cryptos, Bitcoin and other cryptos. Bitcoinist. Samsung said in the first week of January that it was entering the NFT market and that these digital assets would be integrated into the company's television devices. I mean, that's crazy to me. Samsung did not disclose many information at the time, except that it would introduce the first smart TV product line with NFT capabilities. Nifty has been integrated into Samsung's NFT platform for use in their premium TV product lines for 2022, including the QLED and the Neo. According to Samsung's official press release, Nifty also provides an individual app for the frame and micro LED products as well. Individual apps, okay. So we'll have to see. I don't know how you can check it out. Let me see. According to Duncan Foster, co-founder of Nifty, the objective of Nifty Gateway is to bring NFTs to 1 billion people by empowering creators and streamlining the process by which customers buy. On your freaking TV, guys. By which customers buy, sell, produce, and hold NFTs. We are devoted to making NFTs more accessible and purchasing them more convenient than before. Very, very, very interesting. Samsung TVs, NFT marketplaces built in to the TVs in cooperation with freaking Nifty. That is absolutely crazy. You can listen to my conversation with Chris Lawson on Spotify as well here, Pomp. I have not listened to it. I'll listen to it later today, and we will talk about it tonight on the live stream for sure. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys have listened to that. The Crypto Caveman tagged me in this, and I think this is just, I went over this earlier. I don't know if I did an earlier video. Yeah, I did. I went over this in the earlier video. Biden budget, and I highly suggest you guys listen to that, because I'm telling you, the Treasury's making big moves. Pay attention to the United States Treasury. Biden's budget proposes new crypto tax reporting requirements. And the Crypto Caveman, I hope you're well, bro. And I think this is really important. This quote here from Roger Brown. Biden's budget proposal seeks to update crypto rules. This is an acknowledgement that this is a serious asset class. This is the Chainalysis global head of tax strategy. Chainalysis global head of tax strategy, Roger Brown. This is an acknowledgement that this is a serious asset class. It's an acknowledgement that they're a mature asset class that should be treated on par from a tax perspective. Absolutely massive, massive news. And here's the article here. Jennifer Schomburger from Yahoo put this out. And again, Biden's budget proposes new crypto tax reporting requirements, and that's cool. Expand tax treatment for securities lending, require more tax reporting on foreign owners in crypto transaction, expand reporting tax requirements for foreign crypto accounts greater than 50,000. But the most important thing for me is mark to market actively traded digital assets. And so the price at the end of the closing day is the price. And so that's what that is that's a framework that people can apply. Accountants can apply, institutions can apply, the crypto tax people can apply, everybody can apply it. And I think that is absolutely massive, because this is something that is currently done today. We are ushering in, we are walking alongside these other asset classes that have been around for forever. And remember, Janet Yellen at the Treasury is saying they want to treat this as not as a commodity or as a security, but as a new asset class with its own, a new asset class. And I think that is absolutely phenomenal stuff, absolutely phenomenal stuff. You can see here, I'm getting ready to get 2 books as soon as I get off here. Highly suggest you guys consider them. The Block Size War, Chris Lawson talked about, the battle over who controls Bitcoin protocols, and this one here from my guy, Simon Dixon. It's called Bank to the Future, Protect Your Wealth. Bank to the Future, Protect Your Future Before Governments Go Bust. This is a dude who wrote this book close to 15 years ago, absolutely called the central bank digital currencies coming to the forefront. Let me say it again. Absolutely called central bank digital currencies coming to the forefront, and absolutely called these currency wars, right? So you got the war on cash, you got the war on banks, and you got the war on central banks. And that war on central banks is being headed by the United States Treasury. This guy called it all. So Bank to the Future, Protect Your Future Before Governments Go Bust. Interesting. So I'm going to get both of these books and be able to come to you guys with this stuff. I think it's great. I think it's important that we level up IQ in the financial situation. We have to walk away from just buying a crypto and holding it, and then that is all, because we want to participate. The better and better and more, in my humble opinion, that we participate in DeFi, the more the powers that be take it seriously. And remember, DeFi, in my opinion, gives us more choices, gives you the opportunity to be treated in a position to act as well, not only to think like the 1%, but also act like the 1%. Like, for example, leveraging your assets as opposed to liquidate them to meet some financial, some financial system that you may have out there in the real world, right? But the bottom line is because you chose to take your dirty, nasty fiat and participate in this new asset class and acquire assets like the 1% of the 1% do, they go around acquiring assets. Acquiring assets. That's what they do. And then instead of liquidating those assets, they leverage them. I just did that the other day, right? And that is a blessed spot. I didn't have to ask for permission. I didn't have to fill out an application. No, none of that. None of that. And I love that. Absolutely love it. And you can participate in that as well. But make sure you do your own homework. Make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you understand what DeFi is about. Make sure you understand what being a lender is all about. Make sure you understand what being part of the 1% of the 1% and how do they think and how are they treated? And how can you do the same? All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.